How to use Onespan sign. I have completed the sales process and I am ready to create the security agreement. At the top, I will enter yes, and the process of creating the security agreement has started. It does take a few seconds to gather all the documents and display your Onespan. Here you can see how many items are left. It's displaying that it has 3 items left to gather. So it does take a few seconds, and that depends on how many documents it needs to gather. You might have your delivery instructions, your warranties. So like I mentioned, the more documents you have, the longer it takes to gather all the documents before displaying your Onespan page. So we are here at the Onespan sign. It takes a few seconds. I will click at the top, OK, I agree, and you can see the names that are required to sign. You have the customer and the person who is creating the contract. It does not matter in which order you start the signing process. I will select the customer and it's highlighted in blue. I will click Start and it's going to gather the documents that the customer needs to sign. At the top, you can see how many signatures are required. So for the customer, it requires 3 signatures. So we'll take a few seconds to display the contract. So it will be a few seconds more to display the contract for the customer to sign. So here's where you give the mouse to the customer and the customer is ready to sign. The customer will click Next, click where it says Sign, and in a few seconds, the customer's name will display. The customer will click Next, click where it says Sign, and again, in a few seconds, the customer's name will display. The customer will click again Next, and it will take a few seconds to display the last signature. The customer will click Sign, and in a few seconds, the customer's name will display. It will show that it's done. The customer can click Confirm, and it will take a few seconds to confirm the customer's signature. Once it's confirmed the signatures, it will display that it's done. You can go ahead and click Done, and it's showing that the customer has completed doing the e-signing. It shows done and it's checked. I will click where my name appears, and it will be highlighted in blue, or the person who is creating the contract. I will click Start, and it will display the signatures I am required. So for the person who is creating the contract, only 1 signature is required. So we'll take a few seconds for the system to display where that person who has created the contract needs to sign. It does take a few seconds since we do have like 11 pages for this particular contract. I will click in a few seconds next once my contract displays. Here we have the contract. I will go ahead and click Next, click where it says Sign, and in a few seconds, the name of the person who has created the contract will display. It shows that it's done. I will go ahead and click Confirm, and it's confirming the signature of the person who has created the contract. The process is complete. I will click Done. It will take a few seconds, and it will show that both persons who are required to sign, they have completed doing the signatures. If you need to go back and review the documents, click Review, and this will display all 11 pages of the customer's contracts and documents that are in the customer's file. I will not click Review because it will take a few seconds since, like I mentioned, we have 11 pages for this particular contract. It includes the contract, delivery instructions, warranties, anything that your customer requires. I will click Review to review them. If you don't need to go back and review, you can just go ahead and click the X, and the e-signing process is complete. At the bottom, I will click OK, all signatures complete, and it'll finish gathering all the documents. Once all the documents have been signed and it's complete, you click OK, and you can select to print the signed documents for the customer or email them, whichever option is best for you. I will click Close, and I will not print or email the documents. I will click Close, and the process of Onespan sign is complete.